Hello, this is Gene. Hopefully this will upload. The last videos I'm trying to get up on YouTube, it's not loading for me. And I don't know if it's because of what I'm talking about or whatever. It just sits there, wait. Nothing will happen with it. I'm hoping this one actually loads because it means stuff. This is something that's very important. I did a video probably 6, 7 years ago, maybe longer than that, when I talked about when Ron DeSantis went to Israel and signed a bill that basically says that if you're on college campuses in the state of Florida, you can't be against Israel in anything. If you're part of what they call the BDS movement, then you're a terrorist, and you can't get you won't get a job on the university. You might even not be able to stay at the university. And I talk about this was the slippery slope of losing free speech in this country, and this is where we are right now, 2024, because the stuff that's happening on college campuses, which all started after October 7th, that this cabal of people that are run by elite Jewish people in this country and over in Israel have now basically got exactly what they want. Now the Palestinians, a few of them are going to come to the United States or Europe or Canada. We all know what that means. That means probably thousands, maybe millions of Palestinians, which are supposed to be all terrorists. And that's what they want to look at the people, all those kids that are protesting, because they're just, most of these people don't know what they're doing as far as protesting, and they should be allowed to do it. Of course, they shouldn't stop people going to class, and they shouldn't be destroying the grounds. But part of when I grew up, I think protesting was a big thing. When I was 6, 7 years old, I used to watch them doing it for Vietnam War. It changed the outcome of that war. We didn't stay there longer than we should have, or we actually got out there earlier than we should have. So I don't have any problem with people protesting, because I am a full First Amendment absolutionist. So Matt Walsh pulled out something and said, now if we say certain things, because the Congress now has got, well, let me go back. DeSantis did this. Before that, there had been resolutions in the Congress that you couldn't say certain things about Jewish people in the United States. You couldn't talk about their loyalty to Israel over the United States. You could not really defame the idea of the Holocaust. You couldn't question the narrative of the Holocaust. This had no real teeth to it. It was like resolutions that Congress does all the time. And of course, everybody, I think except one, voted for that. So now here we are. Something starts happening on campuses. Some people over in Israel were killed by terrorists. And we immediately change everything that we're founded on because of that small group of people, that we have to change everything about us when it comes to our First Amendment. I'm like, as bad as it's been here with Black Lives Matters, I don't think they ever said that you can never talk about black people, or you can't say that if you talked about crime statistics, you are not going to go to prison. Now, right, the FBI actually stopped showing that stuff, but no one's going to threaten you to go to prison because you have an opinion about crime statistics that they in fact impact the black communities more. There are a lot of reasons why that is. Okay, it's not because black people are more criminals. That's not the issue. But if you're talking about free speech, and I get online and people sit there and say the United States doesn't really have it either, and right now we don't. Right away we did this. After October 7th, then they went after the people that run the universities, the Northeastern ones, the Ivy League ones. They got those women's out, those administrative people, because apparently they are pro-Palestine. So they got rid of them. And now with these protests on the campuses, now right away our Congress people are saying, oh no, we got to do this, and now we're going to put it in law. It passed the Congress. Many Republicans voted for this. It's going to go through the Senate, and it's going to pass. And of course, Biden's going to sign it, and you're going to find out exactly who runs this fucking country. Again, it's not all Jewish people, and me talking about the state of Israel having too much influence in this country is not fucking anti-Semitic. It isn't. And truth isn't anti-Semitic. They have too much power in this country. There are way too many people in Congress that have dual loyalty, one to Israel, one to the United States. And let me tell you, they put Israel first all the fucking time. People need to fucking wake up about this. I said it about 8 years ago, 7 years ago, that this shit was going to happen, and here it is right now. a small little thing that was some protesting on campuses somewhere. Young people, remember when we had, was it, that we were protesting the capitalism, and they did that stuff in New York City, and they stayed out there forever and ever like that. And people protested other things. BLM did it during the Summer of Love. But we didn't change how we view the First Amendment when we talk about this. And I'm going to go through this and how disgusting this is and what it does. And it basically says, that their religion that they have over there, whatever that is clearly above everything else. There's part of this that says you cannot talk about Jews killing Christ. It's in the fucking Bible. They pushed him to the emperor there, or whatever his name was. I know all this stuff. And then he said, I don't want to do anything about it. And eventually the Pharisees and all that said, you got to fucking do it. We got to kill him. That's in the Bible, and we can't talk about it. The term Christ is king now is considered offensive. Ben Shapiro, the biggest traditional Jewish commentator on the right, has said that term, Christ is king, is offensive. They're basically saying that's anti-Semitic, and that is going to be punishable under the fucking law. Are you fucking kidding me? This is not the United States. It's like they decide what actually is what you can actually say in this country. And 6 or 7, 8 years ago, when they first started this, they talked about all this, and almost all that same verbiage is in this bill. It's saying you cannot question the Holocaust. You can't be skeptical on it all. This is how it is in Germany right now. If you're skeptical about it, you go to fucking prison. There's a woman that's been in prison many times. She's 91 fucking years old and says, you know what? The gas chambers probably wasn't as big as everybody says it is. There is no logical, scientific reason that this is what happened. It's just not possible that all these people died in the gas chambers. Nobody's saying that there wasn't people that died in the camps, but those camps, this is my opinion, and fortunately right now I can say this is not passed. If I say something like this now, it just passes, and I get a lot of people see me, they're gonna fucking knock on my fucking door and say, you have offended the Jewish people. You're anti-Semitic, and we're gonna do everything against you because of this. But there's no rational scientific reason to believe the narrative that we've got about the Holocaust. Most of the shit that we saw after that was props by the Russians when they came in and took over these camps. And they made it look like that this was all bad and everything was going on. Clearly, people died in the camps. Most of them died at the end of the war because the Allies had bombed the trade routes, and of course, a lot of German people were dead, and there was no one to feed the people that were in the camps, and a lot of them died of starvation. And that's a war crime. You shouldn't do it. But we did it to the Japanese. This idea that it's just a unique thing that the German people did, or the Nazis did, is just insane. It's been done in everything, and it's not the greatest genocide in history. And they still want it to be up there. And now, and they talk about Hitler, that you cannot equate Hitler or Nazis to Jews and genocide. And they're basically talking about what's happening right now in Palestine. It's this thing that Hitler is at the top of that, and was it Lucas Cage that talked about this? If you look on Twitter, if you look under that, he did a nice video about that, is that they've used Hitler as the top of the line, and everything falls down from that. And this is how everybody, look, whoever comes along who's a populist or something like that, they will say, they'll say he's like Hitler, like Trump is like Hitler. People that are on the moderate right side are like Hitler. But they don't want to be called Hitler for what they're doing to people in Palestine. So they have to put that in law. You can't say that. You can't compare what happened to Jewish people, because clearly their victim status has to be at the top. It has to be at the very top all the fucking time. And they get upset when Black Lives Matter was doing their shit, and they're like, what, you're not talking about us anymore? You know, we're the ones that had the Holocaust. and everybody says they're survivors of the Holocaust. Really? You're still here. So that means your parents are still here. I mean, people died, but the statistics don't show that 6 million died that were Jewish, because somehow the Jewish people actually got more after the World War II. It's almost laughable when you actually look at it from a actual rational scientific research position. It shouldn't have happened. He shouldn't have interned those people, not just Jewish people. But basically, he just interned those people to work for them to do stuff for the Nazis. He probably shouldn't have done it. He did. But when you look and when you listen to what Hitler said, if you actually have the English translation, you can see it's a very populist type of thing. It would sound similar to somebody like RFK, Trump, Pat Buchanan. But people would say now that that's Hitlerist. And it's crazy. So I want to go through this really quick, and we'll talk about it. And I want you to share this as much as you can. And I'm actually getting me in trouble for saying it. But the one last thing I do want to say there, this term about Judeo-Christian is not real. This started after World War II, sometime in the 50s, where they infected themselves into the Christian nation that we are. We are not related to them. The Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, that's the Old Testament, that's them. After that, after we got not reprobations, but we got the new pact that we had with Christ, all that shit that happened right there doesn't do anything with us. And we're way too people on the right that are just enamored with the fact that Jesus is going to come back. But Jewish people don't believe that. They think that he is rotting in fucking hell. They say he is a prophet, and they're being excremented that's going on right now in hell. They hate fucking Jesus. And somehow they're our friend. Culturally, they're not. Religiously, they're not. And they spy on us. They've killed people. Look up the U.S. Liberty. Look up what Mossad did probably at JFK. You can go down the rabbit hole, but most of this rabbit hole is truthful. They run everything. And I don't think I have to tell this story, but I think everybody kind of knows this. They run everything. And then they claim victimhood all the fucking time, or they'll claim that they're white until something happens, then they're Jews. It's like, it's almost, like I said, it's almost laughable. But now they have so much power, and they're doing this. They're going to take away our First Amendment for me to say, you know what? I think I'm a little bit skeptical on that narrative of the Holocaust. I think that maybe it needs to be looked at again. And maybe we need to look at it more of a scientific and take away the emotions. And see, is it possible for all this stuff to actually happen? Just because you see the video of those bodies being pushed into a grave, that was the end of the war. When they died from starvation, from the Allies bombing those trade routes, and no food can get to them, and they died. Most of the people that died in the camps died then. I'm not saying that people didn't get off the train, and some German SS person was having a bad day, didn't just shoot people dead. It happened. But also, let's talk about Auschwitz, and we'll talk about they had a theater, they had a pool, they had recreation stuff, they had a football team. I mean, this narrative has been so overblown, and they've used this as a way to say we have to be so insular as a Jewish person. The tribe has to be so insular because they're smaller, and they were only about themselves. And when we as white people, let's say, want to do that and say, we have a culture, we want to make sure that the West can stay European in some way, the Western civilization that we created, not the Jews, and people call us all sort of things like xenophobic, racist, that we should just allow everybody in this country and not have borders. Meanwhile, Israel has borders that's defended, most of it by us. And it's fine. And they don't want people coming to that country. And they're going to get rid of the Palestinians. And they're going to have this nice little beachfront property right there. And they're just going to laugh at us as all these Palestinians are going to come here. And in their mind, they're saying that we funded Israel. So they're going to do shit here. People are going to die because these people are coming from Palestine. And we're going to give them all this fucking money. They're going to have their own houses and shit. And you think that just by doing that, we're going to be fine. It's not. Their ideology is like every other people that have ideologies. They're going to do what they want to do for Allah because they want Islam's going to take over the world and all that shit. Dude, this what just happened the other day, and it's like nobody's talking about it. All the conservative people on TV or on cable or radio, they're all talking about all the shit that's happened on protesting on campuses. They're not talking the fact that we're losing our First Amendment when it comes to talking about stuff like this. And it's okay then. I mean, it was that quick. October to fucking now, they've got this bill through, and they're going to, just because A couple of young Jewish students had to walk around people to get to class. And of course, they're on TikTok and showing how hard it is for them. I'm like, now, so they shouldn't have to go through with that. I get it. And yes, it's fun to watch the left eat themselves, but meanwhile, we're just losing our God-given rights that we have from being here. So let me go through what this thing said. And Matt Walsh, who actually tweeted this yesterday, said it's wrong, of course, and he's a Christian Catholic. And then Candace Owens is on that side as well. That's the few people that's mainstream that's talking about it. I don't know, Tucker's been talking about it. Then, of course, if you get the real America First, not the shit when you see like Charlie Cook and when they talk about American First, people like Nick Fuentes, Vincent James, those guys have been talking about this for almost half a decade, that this was coming. And we're here fucking right now. And it's okay. Just don't say anything and that's fine. Just because I noticed this shit and I said it's going to happen, and now I say it, now all the time I've been anti-Semitic. I have Schindler's List. I cried when I watched that movie. All the other Holocaust type of movies I used to watch all the fucking time in my 30s because they only make 1,000 every fucking year. I mean, it's like the only event that has to be portrayed all the fucking time. And there's no real balance either way. They won't allow it. Even if you're in Germany and you make this film, you can't say anything that's against the quote narrative. It's a story. People were interned. People died in the camps. The idea that Hitler decided that he's going to burn 6 million Jews or end up 1 million or 2 million. I mean, we already know that Auschwitz went from 4 down to 1 million. And it's just, and then there's so many people to talk about. Mr. Webb, who's a black conservative, and he says, "Yeah, I know a friend that's a Holocaust survivor, and she's just shaking because of what's happening on campuses." And he's not saying, "Well, that's fine, it's not good, but we shouldn't just change our First Amendment because of them, a small minority of people." We're talking about something that's happening over in Israel right now that we should have nothing to do with. Now let's go over this real quick, because I mean seriously, I've been talking about this for a long time in my own way, and saying that it's coming, and people are like, "Jane, don't say shit like that." Certainly don't say it out in public. I'm saying it now. Every time I have a chance to talk about it, I will talk about it. Are you okay to just give it away? Oh, let's do it for the Jewish people. Well, then who's next going to be the victim? Who's going to say you can't say anything about that? Those guys, the pronoun policing. Are you going to be okay with that? Anyway, let me see what's still here. Okay, it says right here, calling or aiding or justifying the killing or harming of Jews in a name of a radical ideology of an extremist view of a religion. So notice how they have or aiding or justifying or harming. So if it's I really don't like Jewish people because I'm an Islamic person, or I'm a Muslim, and they've through history they've killed my family, and you just happen to say that, now they can charge you for that. Now, obviously, if you threat somebody, it's already in the books. You can't threaten anybody. So if you do that, you go to jail, you go assault or whatever. We have that on the books already. So what they're doing is, even though the Supreme Court said many years ago there's no such thing as a hate crime, we have states and stuff that are going to use this as a hate crime. You cannot say anything against anybody that looks to be Jewish. Okay, that's the first one. Making mendacious, I can say my problem with the stroke, I can't really talk well, but anyway, dehumanizing, demising, stereotypical allegations of Jews as in power of Jews as a collective, especially but not exclusively, the myth of world Jewish conspiracy, or the Jews control the media, economy, government, or other socialized institutions. So the truth is out there. They fucking run Hollywood. They run the porn industry. They run the financial districts. They run the fucking media. And this is all truthful. But that's now anti-Semitic if I say that. I can't say who runs the media as a collective. Who's the CEO of all these corporations? Well, they just happen to be from the same tribe. That's anti-Semitic. I'm going to jail for saying shit like that. They said this happened like 8 years ago. They said that in their little resolutions that they had in Congress. And everybody said yes. Oh, we can't say that. Meanwhile, we have 2% of the population is Jewish. And how do we have it? We have 30 people in Congress. It's like 20% of Congress is Jewish. They all have Israeli passports. You can't talk, that's dual loyalty. You can't say that. You can say that about anything else. Of any other group, you can say it. You can say that men, white men, and there are people that say that we're the biggest threat there is right now. And you're not going to go to jail for it. And statistically, I can prove that wrong. Oh my God. Okay. Accusing, again, these are all things that basically ported over from something that they did 8 years ago. Now they have it something what's got teeth. So this is almost going to be like an addendum to the First Amendment. We can't say things like this. Accuse Jews as a people for being responsible for real or imagined wrongdoing by a single Jewish person or group, or even for acts committed by non-Jews. Right now, we hear that 75% of everybody in Palestine is pro-Hamas. So they basically say all those people there are basically terrorists. Everybody in the media says this. They are favorable to the Hamas for what they believe. Right now, if you go to Israel and you ask those questions about this, you're going to get a majority of something saying something that as a state they believe. But if you say it, it's against the fucking law. It's anti-Semitic. You can't just say it because one person said it, or even a group, or group, even real or imagined. They're committing genocide right now. They're killing kids. I don't care if that kid wants to grow up to be a terrorist. That's something we shouldn't agree that's good. But we'll sign us off on this. Now we're getting to the stuff that I talk about. In Germany right now, you can't do this. Saying that denying the fact, scope, mechanism, and it says, e.g., the gas chambers, or intentionality of genocide of the Jewish people at the Nazis and supporters and accomplices during World War II. You cannot deny the fact or the mechanisms, which means the gas main. So basically, if you're a revisionist and you don't believe that what we've heard, the narrative that we've heard isn't correct, that now if you talk about it, you're going to be going to jail. And the idea you don't think it's going to happen, it's happened in Europe already. People are in jail. 91-year-old woman is in jail because she believes what she believes. She was fucking alive during that time. She might have been 2 years old, but she was there. I mean, there are so many evidences that shows that a lot of the things that show, you can watch the Shoah thing that Spielberg did, and this woman talking that she did stuff like this, and she got out of the gas chamber somehow, and then she put diamonds in her mouth, and she got it later on. Diamonds would have destroyed her fucking stomach. Pooped it out later. So many people have lied about their experiences in the death camps, whether they were there or not, and they made millions and millions of dollars of this. And the industry itself makes billions of dollars only through the industry, but also every different type of thing that they get. We all have to bow down to this event that happened. That's the biggest event in history because the Jewish chosen people were involved with it. When they killed the Tsar, they were part of the Holodomor. They started World War I and World War II. So we can't say that now because that will talk about anything. It has a Holocaust there, but they're talking anything. It's like the next one. It's still about the Holocaust. Everything's about the Holocaust. Accusing accusing the Jews as a people or Israel as a state of inventing or exaggerating the Holocaust. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, they do. Maybe not Israel as a state, but the industry does. Because we all know it's bullshit. Because they gave us this number, and then the revisionists came out and did what they had to do, and Auschwitz went from 4 million to 1 million. So it's not 6, it's at most it's around 2 million who died in the camps. And that's all those camps, and that's in Poland and in Germany. The quote-unquote death camps were not in Germany, they were in Poland. So we're going to have these German people to go through the camps to see what they did, because clearly the ovens were burning at night, and the ashes were going everywhere, and the people knew that it was people dying, and they destroyed the German culture because of this, blaming them, and this is now they want it to come here. Fuck them. I'm not taking it. I don't know. This is the one that I was talking about before, accusing Jewish citizens of being more loyal to Israel or the alleged priorities of Jews worldwide than the interests of their own nations. I'm just going to tell this one little thing. They clearly are more loyal to Israel. We have the biggest lobbyists in this country are Jewish. Go to any synagogue on a Saturday and hear what they have to say. They get money that goes right to Israel. They don't go around in the community and help Christians. This is all bullshit. Of course they are. They think that they're the chosen people. They think that's their homeland. Of course they're going to be more loyal to them. But now we have to bow down to them and say, no, clearly you want to be with us here. Fuck, get the fuck out of here. Denying the Jewish people their right to self-determination, claim that the existence of the state of Israel is a racist endeavor. I don't give a shit about that. If you want your own homeland, then fucking leave here and go there. You're all born. Since you were born here, you're basically anger babies from people from Israel. So that's what I'm going to call you. If you were born here as a Jewish people and you're one of the elite, you're basically anchor babies. So you can get all the shit that we get here, and then you can run back to homeland when you need to. So you can be all insular with each other. And, the higher, they don't have it in there, but they should, the higher rates of pedophilia that are in your tribe. Applying a double standards by requiring of its behavior to be accepted or demanded of any other democratic nation. So basically, whatever Israel wants to do, we just have to say it's okay. Is Israel a democratic nation? Get the fuck out of here. Using and images associating with classic anti-Semitism, i.e., claims of Jews killing Jesus or blood libel to characterize Israel or Israel. That's the whole thing of that Christ is King is. And Ben Shapiro got upset about it, said that's offensive to him and other Jewish people. That we can't, as being a Christian or a Catholic, to sit there and say Jesus is King because it'll offend a Jewish person. Go back to fucking Israel then. I mean, seriously. You want to look like us. You want to look like us until you don't want to be us. Get the fuck out of here. And then drawing comparisons of continual as Israeli policy to the Nazis. This is what I was talking about before. Putting Hitler at the top of that mountain, saying that you can't, that's the worst of all time. But you know what? What you're doing now in Palestine is pretty similar to what you think Hitler did. Because you think that Hitler wanted to kill all the Jews. But he didn't do that. Look at your fucking history. In the 30s, he wanted them to go down to Palestine. He allowed them to leave the country. He let them take all their money and shit. And some of them went and did that. A lot of people went down there and did that. He had 100,000 people that were Jewish who fought for him. He had people on his staff that were Jewish. It's one of the biggest myths that there is. Now, did he talk about the elite Jews, the people in academia? Yes, he did. Because he thought it was destroying the country, and it was. And it's doing it here.
Look, all the academic shit, all the transgender shit, all that shit is from them. It started back in Berlin when he went in there and he had to basically get all that shit out of there, that degenerate bullshit, because that's where it all fucking started. And the same fucking people did it. And I'm just sitting here, I'm aghast, but people just won't care about this. Oh no, they can't be. They're our friend. Because they kind of like look like us. And they're the only one who has a democracy in the Middle East. Yeah. They spy on us. They've killed our servicemen. They've done shit to us all the time. We've asked them not to go do shit, and they still fucking do it. And then we have to pay for it. Then we're gonna have to take our people over there to fight their fucking wars. It has to fucking stop, man. It's gotta fucking stop. They are not American. If they believe this, if you can't say, hey, come on now. I mean, the math doesn't really add up when it comes to 6 million dying in gas chambers. It fucking doesn't. Oh, I can't say that you kind of like run fucking Hollywood? But they go on there and they go on and they say they do. They're allowed to say it. They won't get charged by doing it, but there are a lot of Jewish people that says they absolutely do run this. We run all this. And they get people like Jordan Peterson. We're just upset because they're smarter than we are. Shut the fuck up. And finally, holding the Jews collectively responsible for the actions of the state of Israel. I don't think anybody's doing that. But we have questions about what the fuck Israel's doing. That doesn't mean that we're saying everybody that's Jewish is responsible for, because we know there are people here that wanted to get rid of Netanyahu. He was going to get overthrown. And I think if you actually looked into it, you would find out that motherfucker started this fucking thing. He allowed it to happen. He wanted to do it. He wanted to have that power. And now he gets exactly what they wanted. They've been talking about this for years, what they're going to do to Palestine if they have it. And now they're going to fucking do it. And guess who gets to take all the fucking shit here? Europe and us. We have to pay for it. We have to deal with the fact that in our community we're going to have people that doesn't want to be here, that they have a different ideology. And I don't care whether you can call it, if they're racist or, they talk about here, if they have ideas that they're terroristic, who decides who's terroristic? Who decides what's extremist? This country was born by rebelling from England. People would have called what we did terroristic. You're taking people out from what they think is their homeland. Oh yeah, they're going to come in the United States. They're going to be able to go watch the movies. They're going to be able to get McDonald's. They might be good. That's not how it fucking works. Everything is still ingrained through their religion and what they believe. And this is going to be very difficult for us. But nobody has the balls to do anything about this. Will Bobby Kennedy say anything about it? Trump is clearly going to be okay with this because this has been around for 6-7 years. These verbiages has been there for a while. And nobody's going to do anything about it. We're going to have a couple of commentators going to talk about it, and they're not going to talk about it. But you're going to have guys that are very brave, that talk about shit like this on Rumble, like Valentes, Vincent Jackson, or James. And these guys are going to jail if they say about it. So all I can say at this point, if you're Lucas Cage or you're Vince James, just get it all out. Get it all out before they say you can't say it anymore. Because this is just so bad. Well, we got to do it for the Jewish people. Yeah, we got to do it because they just taken so much suffering. Because this is fucking Hitler all again. This is Nazi Germany because kids can't go to the classroom. It's not the same. People don't understand what it was like in Germany and what Hitler did to bring Germany back to where it was. And he made decisions that you look at from a historical reference that might be wrong, but until I actually see proof that he had a plan to kill all Jews, that was all he was going to do, just because he was going to kill them because they were Jewish, which is strange because I said he had 100,000 that were in there his actual army. He had people on his staff that were Jewish. So I don't think that's what it is. He basically wanted to purge academia and some of the other things that were just destroying. They run all the judges, they run media, and he just wanted to get rid of all of them because they were taking away what it meant to be German. And it's happening right now. We're fighting over shit like transgenders and shit like that, and it's the same people, and we're just being pawns to them as they do the fucking game. Anyway, I'm going to stop because, again, I could talk about this forever. Hopefully people actually watch this. I have no hate against people who are Jewish. Nobody, oh wait, I won't say that. You can be a Jew, you can actually convert to that, but no ethnically Jewish person do I have any issue with. I have issues with the state of Israel. I have an issue of, I think they have way too much power in this country, and as a nationalist, I have to fight against that. I don't care who you are. Anyway, you guys have a good day, and let me know in the comments what you think what I should say. Bye.